Yeah, I mean, I wasn't going to come into this game overthinking anything with, when you think about other stuff, you don't play well. So cleared the mind, came in with a lot of confidence, was excited to play finally again. Feel good, just disappointed on the loss.
Mike and Gene.
Can you tell us, were your ribs broken, one or two broken? What were you dealing with? And also, how much pain were you in tonight?
Yeah, it was my midsection with the ribs, yeah. Honestly, I felt like I played fine. The ribs didn't affect me. Yeah, overall, nothing affected me. I didn't think about them. I didn't, throwing, I didn't seem to bother me at all. I was throwing the ball well. Overall, yeah, it was a good game. I felt fine. Felt like normal.
How do you feel right now?
Still normal.
Okay. What did your week look like, Brennan? When Bronco Phillips, I think you knew going in you were going to play, just kind of what was the conversation like between you and the coach and the staff?
Yeah, we're just keeping constant communication with what was going on, how much reps I was getting, things like that. Just monitoring. You get this late in the season, you got to monitor some of the starters and guys' reps just because their bodies are banged up. You just how that all goes. That's all we were doing. Felt prepared, felt ready, even with all the practice stuff. And I was excited, man. Like I said, just ready to go, try to win a coastal championship here. Overall, I thought the week went smooth with how practice went.
Since we haven't talked to you before the BYU game, was that the fourth quarter of that game when you got hit in the ribs? Or
Yeah, apparently I fell on the ball and they broke or something.
Okay.
Yeah, that's how it went.
Okay.
Go ahead, Dave.
Brennan, how much, if any, extra protection did you wear today? Was it?
That's all it is. Flak jacket. I don't know if camera can see it. Flak jacket. Just threw that on. I normally don't wear it, which it was just me being stubborn. I just never was a fan of it. But I guess now in the rest of my career, here and further on, I'm gonna be wearing a flak jacket from now on. So yeah, that was another thing, getting used to the flak jacket. Nothing bothered me. It felt good, honestly, having extra protection. So.
Coach was talking about the disappointment of setting a goal of winning the Coastal and not getting it. How challenging will it be for the players and the team to kind of readjust the goal and focus on the next one?
You can go. Everybody deals with it differently. For me, I'll probably handle it tonight, maybe a little bit tomorrow, and then it's just kind of like whatever. It's just kind of how I roll with life, I guess. Just keep pushing forward because we got a big game, and a lot of people from Virginia, especially like UVA side, they want us to win that game. So you just got to move on. It sucks that we lost tonight, but we got a big game next week, so it makes it even more fun to focus on that. It gives you something else to push for. But yeah, that's kind of it. We'll figure it out. Be ready for Monday. Get to work.
On that topic, on the field afterward when they're announced as the Coastal champions, for younger players, what does that do in terms of, I'm sure it hurts right now, does it motivate you? Is that a memory you store? And for the older guys, did you say to them, what was that like for them to be out there for that?
I'm glad we got to play in a game that, basically was going to kind of determine the Coastal. That's a big for our younger guys, big for just the team in general, but like you were talking about, like how it affects younger guys. I'm trying to remember when I was younger. You just I think as a young guy, just being in that atmosphere, and then if you didn't play this game, you're just itching to be able to play and then try to put your team in that position. So yeah, I thought it was a great game, and I thought the guys. I know there's a lot of younger guys that got in and did a lot of work for us. So it's just a good experience for them. Older guys, just it sucks at the moment. Like I said, we just got to eventually push past it and get to the next game because we still got a lot on our table still with that game.
And do you know Kenny Pickett at all? Did you guys talk after the game?
Yeah, we chatted. It's kind of my first time. I seen him when I went to the ACC media thing, but it was my first time chatting. Seems like a good dude. Plays ball well. It was fun to play against him. Congratulations to him. But yeah, he's a good dude.
Take one or two more. We've got some other players ready. Go ahead, David. Go ahead, David.
Just how would you describe the disappointment of, obviously you guys go out and you perform something offensively, but it's just not enough, just the disappointment of that.
I mean, I thought our defense played well. I mean, their offense is good. I mean, we knew that coming in. We knew we were going to feel out how good their defense was. You know, you hear all this stuff. They got the most sacks or whatever it may be. But, I mean, honestly, I thought they were pretty average. It was us hurting ourselves. Every time we hurt ourselves, we didn't score. Every time we didn't hurt ourselves, we basically moved the ball down the field. And that's a frustrating thing to see. You know, we do something stupid, small that backs us up. That's the only time it put us out. We didn't do that. If we didn't do that, we push the ball down the field and score every time. And that's what you got to live with. Just the small things, communication up front when the crowd gets louder, little things like that. So we'll get back to it and just keep working on it.
Brennan, this might have been one of those plays. You guys get the ball back when you're down 41-38.
Yep.
Keaton gets 3 yards on that first down pass. Then was it just a miscommunication between you and Olo that snapped?
Yeah, it just got loud. It got loud. I was sending a guy in motion. He might have heard something. You just never know what he's hearing. His thoughts are going in a bunch of different, ways with protection and, run fits and all that stuff. So yeah, I mean, it's just part. It is what it is, and we try to make something out of it. Eventually, I mean, we got to pick the ball up. We picked the ball up. We didn't lose the ball. So yeah, it just, it is what it is. Kind of sucks.